Hey everyone, welcome to Self-Love Letters for Healing. This is the last video of this mini series. So if this is the first video or the second video that you're watching, rewind and make sure you watch the videos in sequence. So starting with the introduction video, then the first video is mental wellness and the second video is physical wellness, and this third video is emotional wellness. So if you are right on path and this is the last video for you for the mini series, you did it. You're almost there. Congrats to you. After this video, you would have written 3 letters to yourself. And just keep in mind, even though this mini series is ending, if you feel as if you want to continue writing letters to yourself, by all means do that. Don't make this mini series ending be the last time you write yourself a letter. So let's get to it. So before we get to it, I actually want to read a sentence, a quote from one of my favorite books. And no, it's not my book. It's actually this book here, Ask and It Is Given. So good, so powerful. And they talk about emotions a lot, which I really like. So if you have the book, happen to have the book, you can turn to page 87. And I'm reading at the end of the last paragraph. Your emotions provide a similar guidance system for you. For their primary function is also to help you travel the distance from where you are to wherever you want to be. So pretty much what that quote is saying is that whatever goals we have, and for the sake of this mini series, wellness, you want to be on this journey of wellness, and one of the factors that can help you on this journey for wellness is your emotions. When you are in tune with your emotions, you're able to recognize whether you're moving forward or whether you're moving backwards. So of course, there is no way to completely eliminate negative emotions. Negative emotions are always going to come up. It's about how you perceive the negative emotions that will help you. So generally speaking, we have positive emotions and then we have negative emotions. So if you are experiencing positive emotions on this wellness journey, then you are on track. You are on the path of wellness, and you know you need to keep doing that. Once you start having negative emotions, then you know that you are starting to move backwards. So it's not about beating yourself up whenever you have negative emotions. It's about recognizing your emotions and recognizing, aha, I'm having a negative emotion. Let's figure out what's going on here and how can I get back on the path of wellness. So with that being said, we're going to touch on that when it comes to writing your letter to yourself. Before we do that, I'm going to read a letter from my book, and this letter shows an example of how I recognize a negative emotion and what I did with it, aka wrote myself a letter. So if you have my book, you can turn to page 89. This is letter number 23. The title of it is Feeling Like You're Not Enough. My everything. Today was a huge success in celebrating your sister's birthday. You ended the day with an amazing Broadway production of one of her favorite movies, Frozen. The cast and production staff were incredibly talented. You were so blown away by every aspect of the show. Despite such an amazing experience, you started feeling down. Those feelings turned into you not feeling good about yourself and not feeling that you are not enough, that you are enough. You started to question what you were doing after seeing all the great things that the people in the show were doing. You even told yourself that you are not enough. Well, I'm here to tell you the harsh reality. You are enough. You are more than enough. Telling yourself that you are not enough makes it even harder for you to be your best potential self. Don't bring yourself down because you are not where you would like to be. Use those feelings as motivation to work more and be productive. I believe in all your dreams and aspirations. It can be done, and it can be done by you. Don't be afraid of the steps you need to take to get there. Just take whatever steps that you can. Be patient and kind to yourself during the process. And remember, you are enough. Love you to pieces, your shining light. So, as you can see, in the beginning of that amazing day, that amazing time that I had with my sister, there were positive emotions, excitement, great emotions, positive. I was also happy to see my sister happy. I was also happy that everything went well with everything that we organized for her birthday. And despite having such an amazing, magical day, these negative emotions started immersing into me. And so this is why it's really important to be in tune with your emotions, because if I wasn't in tune with my emotions, I would have just kept spiraling down and down and down and down for who knows how long. And so once I recognized these emotions, within, I guess, 30 minutes or so, or even less, of having the negative emotions, that's when I literally, while I was on the train, on the train home, just typing a letter to myself like, no, you need to focus on the positive emotions and also recognize where these negative emotions are coming from, and I'll stop myself from moving backwards. And so that's the same thing that you want to be doing when you're in tune with your emotional wellness and you're in tune with your emotions. And so for your letter, I want you to write a little bit of a different letter compared to the letter I wrote in my book. I just wanted to give you an example of what emotional, I don't want to say emotional wellness per se, but me being in tune with my emotions, what that looks like. But for this letter, for the mini series, before you write the letter, I want you to start documenting your emotions. And it can be really, really simple. You can take a day to do this, 2 days, a week, it's up to you. Just jot it down. You're happy, happy, sad, sad, happy again, happy, excited, excited. Write it all down. And then I want you to analyze them. Are you seeing a pattern? Are you seeing a trend? Does positive emotions or negative emotions outweigh one another? Is it balanced? And once you analyze that, then I want you to start writing the letter. In the beginning of the letter, I want you to talk about the negative emotions. Talk about exactly what's going there. What negative emotions are you noticing? Again, is this a trend, etc., etc. Towards the middle slash end, I want you to start talking about the positive emotions. And the reason why is because sometimes when we're experiencing negative emotions, we feel as if the negative emotions overpower everything and that we aren't capable of positive emotions. But we are all capable of positive emotions, just sometimes the negative emotion outweighs the positive. So you want to start out with the negative, then almost cancel it out with the positive emotions, and just again the love and tone to yourself and reminding yourself that it's okay to have these negative emotions. You're still capable of positive emotions. And towards the end, I want you to include a specific phrase. Now, I wrote this phrase and I want to read it from my phone verbatim because I want all of you to include this specific phrase. So at the end, I want you to include, you are beautiful with all your emotions, good and bad. I'm going to repeat that. You are beautiful with all your emotions, good and bad. You can switch out the adjective if you want to use another term other than beautiful, you can, but I want the rest of the phrase to be verbatim. And the reason for this is it can be very easy to beat yourself up because you have such negative emotions, but negative emotions are still part of our human nature. And so that's something I struggle with a lot. I have a negative emotion, I'm aware of it, but then I beat myself up about it. And so I need to say phrases like this to myself, affirming phrases to affirm myself that it's okay. You had a negative emotions, we can still move past this, because you don't want to beat yourself about the negative emotions and then you just keep going backwards and backwards and backwards. Now, of course, as always, end it with you could say I love you, something loving after that, and then sign it off something creative or loving. And I want you to, again, read the letter to yourself, reflect on it some more. And like I said, for the other letters, you can put it on your dresser or put it away. Make sure you have access to it. So again, this is the end of our mini series together. I wanted to end the mini series with a few phrases that I wrote, and I want to read it verbatim. And I'm going to start with the phrase that I told you to end with this letter. You are beautiful with all your emotions, good and bad. You are deserving of healing and of wellness. Wishing you lots of abundance, sending you powerful wellness energies. And I truly, truly believe in this. I feel like you're already on the path to wellness and that it will continue to be a beautiful journey to you. Thank you so much for joining me throughout this whole mini series. I hope that this impacted you, and I'm glad that you were here with me. Please stay in touch. You can email me risingfrombipolar@gmail.com. Let me know your experience. How did this mini series feel to you? And also check out my blog risingfrombipolar.com. And of course, if you want to purchase my book, Letters to My Bipolar Self. As I mentioned, my book inspired me to create this mini series. So if you want to get a little bit more inspiration about self-love, self-compassion, and writing letters to yourself, this book can definitely help you get more of a taste of it. There's a total of 50 letters that I wrote to myself in this book. You can check it out at barnesandnoble.com. Once again, wishing you wellness. Thanks for joining in. Glenda Lezeau here. Bye now.